Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? Good. Sweet. How about the tacos? Were they good? Yeah. Well, sweet. Well, I am Dakota Oldham. I am your Student Events Executive Director, and I am so happy to be here. I love comedians. I love laughing. So how about Weeks of Welcome? Has it been good for you guys? Have you enjoyed it? Yeah. Well, it's been because of you guys that we have these weeks, so thank you. Tomorrow, we have our black light dance, so come wearing white or neon, whatever you're feeling. We'll come and listen to some sweet tunes by DJ Marcus just out on the quad, so come and enjoy. As you guys know, we have Reem and Edan here, ready for you guys and ready to make y'all laugh, so get excited. She is a world comedian. She's performed all over the world, over in Europe, in UK, and all over the US, in the Middle East, and she is so excited to be here for you guys. So without further ado, here's Reem and Edan.
What's up, Utah State? Thank you. Keep it going for Bailey, everybody, my handy man with the stool. And Dakota, your lovely MC. How's it going, guys? We feeling good? Yeah? Look what tacos can do. It can bring people together. Tacos for president. I love it. So good to be here. I got lost on the way here because y'all named your streets after a compass. I don't know which way west is anymore. It goes like 100, 200, up to what, 900? What happens when you reach 1,000? Salvation? Like where are we? It sounds like how do people navigate Logan without a compass, dude? I feel like they named the streets this way just to mess with drunk people, right? You're not gonna be drunk trying to go home like, which way's east? It's too much, way too much. I stopped at a liquor store here just to see what a Utah liquor store was about. Looks like a prison cafeteria. What's going on there? I don't know if I should pay in cash or cigarettes. What was that? So intense. Make some noise if you're here for the comedy. Make some noise if you're excited to be here tonight. Yeah. I'm not just saying this. I swear to God, I'm not just saying this, but Utah State is my favorite college to perform at. Hands down. Hands down. And I was so nervous the first time I performed here too, because I'm Muslim. I was like, oh my God, are they gonna get my jokes? And then I got here and I was like, wait. They're like super religious, they get married young, and they hide things from their parents. Mormons are just white Muslims. I love this. Y'all are my people, dude. Y'all are my people. I love it. I'm so happy to be here. I'm from LA, so my crystals and I are very excited to be here. Thanks for having us. I'm just so excited to be doing a show that's not on Zoom, you guys. I feel like everyone uses Zoom these days, even Skype's corporate office. Like, damn, like I'm over Zoom. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Reem Edan, not to be confused with Ramadan. I did ask my parents why they chose to name me Reem, which in English means to penetrate something at a high velocity, or a bulk amount of paper. My dad's like, we did not want you to get bullied, so we chose something aggressive but also office appropriate. It's like, wow. Yo, I'm just doing stand-up so I can get famous enough to where Microsoft Word learns how to spell my name without the red squiggly line underneath it. Which is so messed up because it knows all 18 ways to spell Ashley. It's like Leeleighh, like stop. That's what white privilege is. White privilege is having a widely recognized name and spelling it different because you can. Samantha with a silent P, like get out of here, dude. I'm so bitter. I never got a souvenir keychain. My parents used to get me Rachel. They're like, it's your Starbucks. I'm like, what? My parents are from Iraq. Anyone else? Sick. Well, they're from Iraq. I was born in America, which is why I pronounce it Iraq instead of Iraq. I've actually been there. Fun tourist destination. It's funny because like whenever I travel with my white friends, they're always like, Reem, be careful. Don't drink the ice. I'm like, Becky, I've been to Baghdad. Like, I've had war-torn bacteria. I'll chew the ice. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not really close with my family back in Iraq. To me, cousins are just the people you block on Instagram. But I was hanging out with my uncles back there, super sweet guys. One of them sat me down. He's like, Reem, you live in America, the land of opportunity. What is your dream? I was like, to be an actress. He said, change your dream. So I'm a comedian. They should have been more specific. Now my family's cool. My parents are cool. They're even okay with me doing stand-up until they realized I was being serious. They're like, who would want to marry a comedian? I was like, you're right. I should probably do this full time. I don't know who they think I'm going to end up with relationship-wise. Nothing against Arab men. I've dabbled in the hummus once. It's just not for me. In college, I straight up dated a guy named Jihad. Do you know how hard it is to break up with a guy named Jihad? Neither do I. He thinks I'm dead. Moving on. No, but my parents, they're super cool. They actually speak pretty good English, but they mess up sometimes, you know? Like the other day I was driving with my dad on the road, and we hit one of those, what did he call it? A butthole. And I was like, that's not what that is. But they get mad. They hate when I correct them in English. Like every time I try to correct them, my mom will just pull out her iPhone. I'm like, don't be stupid. If you don't believe me, just ask Syria. So now, when they mess up in English, I just let it happen. Like the other day, my mom tried to order doggy style at In-N-Out. She's like, it's on their secret menu. I said, yes, it is. She straight up pulled up to the drive-thru like, yes, hello, I'd like doggy style in the car, please. Thank you. Yes, can I get extra napkins? I heard it gets very messy, you know? You know, the last time I had doggy style in here, it smelled like it for 3 whole days. And I said, God bless America. No, but my parents, they're cool. They're patriots. They love this country. They love taking advantage of everything this country has to offer, like return policies. They love return policies. Y'all, we don't realize it. We have the best return policy on earth here. Like, you can send anything back. Food, clothes, immigrants to their country, anything. You can send it right back. And my dad loves this. My immigrant dad loves this. I've seen this man return a half a watermelon. He's like, I didn't like the other half. Like, what? He's returned furniture to a garage sale. He says it was dirty. I said, you bought it that way. He's great. My parents, I grew up in Colorado, and this was oh yeah, we got some Colorado people. Where are you from? Parker, what's up? Are you from Colorado too? Oh, y'all travel in packs for safety. That's good. As an Arab, I know how to do that. I look for the darkest person in the room, and I'm like, hola, soy Reem. Anyone else from Colorado? Oh, wow. Is it like your sister's school over here or something? Where are you from? The Springs. Colorado Springs. I love it. Have you ever been to the Springs? Oh, you have? You're a better Coloradoan than I. I know it by name. I love it. Yeah, this is the moment I realized I was different from the other kids growing up in Colorado. My friend Amy came home after school, and she discovered the poor man's bidet that my father had built in our bathroom. Now, this wasn't like a Japanese bidet that like washes your butt and sings you lullabies. Our bidet was just like this pipe that just like curved in the toilet. It looked like a pipe bomb, very on brand for us. And my friend Amy, poor thing, she walked into the bathroom and she walked right out, and her face was white because she was white, but also because she was afraid. She's like, Reem, there's a camera in your toilet. I was like, just don't make eye contact with it. Like, poor thing, I know. And I felt so bad too, because like in immigrant households, like we didn't really care what your culture is. Like our house, our rules, you gotta abide by ours. So my mom would force white children to use the bidet when they came over. She would just stand outside the door listening. Like, Amy, are you okay in there? She's like, yeah, I'm almost done, I'll be right out. She's like, I don't think so, because I hear dirty butts, so let's go. I had a Muslim friend, come visit me once, and she brought her own bidet. a portable bidet. I was like, girl, you misunderstood BYOB for sure. People ask me how my parents came to this country. There's only 3 ways that Arabs come to the United States. It's as students, as refugees, or on a private jet. We call those Saudis. And my parents, they were students, and they came over, and they had every intention of going back to Iraq. And then they discovered pizza, and were like, let us build a life here. They don't have pepperoni in Baghdad, eh? And then they discovered that pepperoni was pork. I was like, did you think it was a vegetable? Or if vegetables tasted that good, they would also be a sin. Come on. I don't eat pork because it doesn't get me drunk. Moonshine over swine all day, yo. No, I'm just kidding. I don't drink. I go to Vegas for the buffets. No, it's kind of interesting because, like, in my culture, guys get away with things that girls don't get away with a lot of the time. Like, I'm well over the age of 21, and my parents don't know I drink. And it's annoying because, like, my dad drinks and my brother drinks. And so one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a stand. I'm going to tell them that I do. So we went to a restaurant, and I looked at Yelp, and I was like, whoa, Dad, it says here, if you check in on Yelp, you get a free margarita. He's like, great. Everybody check in and give me the margaritas. I was like, calm down, Saddam. That's dictatorship. Also, if you're afraid of me sinning, just know that gluttony is also a sin. Thank you. But it became this like huge ordeal, this huge fight, so I dropped it. And then I decided the next time that I was going to drink, I was just going to do it in the way that I live my life, in secret. So what I did is we went to a sushi restaurant, and I pulled the waiter aside. I was like, listen, dude, every time I order hot tea, I need you to bring me hot sake. He's like, well, I'm not comfortable with that. I was like, well, I don't care. So I kept ordering tea, and homeboy kept bringing me sake, and by the end of this dinner, I was like, ah! My dad's like, no more caffeine for you. You can't handle it. Imagine if we let you drink. Like I said, I don't eat pork, but the worst thing on earth is like when you're eating something that you don't know has pork in it. Like you're eating something, or I guess for Mormons, you're drinking something has caffeine and you don't know, and some good Samaritan stops you in the middle of that delicious bite. Like I was in Spain and I was eating croquetas, and like this guy was like, whoa, Reem, whoa, stop, no, stop. There's pork in that. And at first you have to put on a tray, and I was like, God, no. But then, like, depending on how delicious it is, you start to have a philosophical debate with yourself, like, okay, hold up, are we sure it's pork? Like, no hablo español, you know what I mean? Also, like, what's worse, eating pork or throwing away God's good food? It's a very difficult decision. By the time you decide you finished your beer, you're not even hungry anymore. Like I said, I'm Muslim. Anyone else? Cool. I learned recently, apparently I pronounced the word wrong. It's Muslim. Someone was upset at me after a show. They're like, it's actually pronounced Muslim. And I hate that, dude. I hate when you're like trying to pronounce something the right way and people get after you, you know? Like, remember back in elementary school when you'd ask your teacher, like, can I go to the bathroom? And she'd be like, I don't know. Can you? That's when you look her in the eye, you fart, and you go, I guess I can. I'm Muslim, half Sunni, half Shiite, full shit show. A lot of people ask me if it was hard growing up Muslim in America. I mean, kind of, not really. There's a lot of benefits to it, to be honest, because not a lot of people know a lot about my religion. So I take full advantage of that. Like back when I had a day job and health insurance, what I did was I marched into HR's office and I demanded a private room to pray 5 times a day. She was like, absolutely, yes. Yeah. How long does each prayer last? Like 20 minutes? I said 45. So, listen, I prayed. And then I had 43 minutes to do whatever I wanted. It was fantastic. I was watching Netflix, calling my mom, whatever us Islams do. It was so good. That's on them, dude. That's their fault. I told them Friday prayer lasted all day. I had 3-day weekends for a year. Are you kidding? It was great. I moved during the pandemic. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah. I moved home during the pandemic. Anyone else move home? Go hang out with their parents during COVID? Yeah? I moved home. I learned a lot about my parents. Something I learned about my dad, this is crazy. I learned that my dad doesn't know when his real birthday is. This is a true story. So apparently, like back in Iraq, 1960s, the government just like didn't used to write down birthdays. Like they knew the year, but not the day. It's kind of like Ramadan. If someone saw the moon, it happened. And I learned this. I was taking my dad out to dinner for his birthday, and it's such a production taking immigrant parents out to dinner because they have such a huge list of demands on their writer agreements. Like my dad's like, I don't like loud places, I don't like dark places, I don't like expensive food. I'm like, great, we're going to Chili's. Like, people ask why my dad doesn't like dark restaurants. It's because he one time used the candle on the table to read the menu and lit it on fire, which depending on your skin color is either called just a bad day or domestic terrorism. So my dad, he loves chain restaurants. He's actually been kicked out of an Olive Garden before. Oh yeah, because he liked the waiter's tie so much, he tried to buy it off of him. The poor waiter's like, sir, I don't think you can do that here. My dad's like, this is America, you can do anything here, go, go. The guy wouldn't do it, so my dad knew to get anything done in this country, you have to ask for the manager. So he pulled a Karen, or a Kareem, and the manager comes out, my dad tries to pull the race card at Olive Garden. He's like, what, you only sell to Italians? Or the manager felt bad. He was so embarrassed. So he literally went back, got the employee catalog so that my dad could sift through ties. These weren't even nice ties. They're just a bunch of gentrified olives. And my dad is flipping through it, trying to sound all smart. He's like, oh, are these extra virgin olives? You know, I'm a religious man. And then he asked for their return policy. And that's when I kicked him out of Olive Garden. So we're at Chili's, and I learned this about my dad. My dad's kind of sad that he doesn't know when his real birthday is. And apparently it's been a problem for him ever since he came to the United States. Because whenever him and his Iraqi friends would go out, they all had the exact same ID at the bars. So the bouncer would be taking IDs like, Ahmed, July 1st, thank you. Ahmed, July 1st, thank you. Ahmed, God damn, are you lazy criminals? Like, what? One time, the bouncer tried to do the math to figure out what happened 9 months before July 1st in Iraq, which is Halloween. So this dude's like, okay, so every year in Baghdad, all the ghouls and Abduls get together for some group fun. All right. So my dad tells me this, doesn't know his real birthday. And then it clicked to me. I was like, wait, Baba, do you know what we could do? We could look at your personality traits and characteristics, and then we can work backwards and we can figure out what your zodiac sign is, and then we can at least know what month you were born in. He's like, is that stuff real? I said, yes. White women have made it real. So July 1st, who knows what July 1st is? What zodiac sign? Cancer. See, there's enough white people here. I knew it. Cancer. And a Cancer's traits are somebody who is sensitive and caring. So I skipped that shit immediately. And then I glazed over Scorpio because if he's one of them, I don't want to know. That's a sex joke. And then, then we landed on Aries. And an Aries is somebody who is honest, decisive, and, quote, gets mad, and then forgot why they got mad. I was like, Daddy, you're an Aries. He said, the white is right. So I said, all right, choose any day in April, and it's your new birthday. He's like, okay, 4/20. I said, not that day. That's Snoop Dogg's birthday. You can't have that one. So he goes, okay, April 11th. April 11th, guys, it's my dad's new birthday. Isn't that great? Right? Right? I got to help him discover a part of his identity, like an Iraqi 23andMe. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So we went home that night. It was great. And then April 11th came this year, and I forgot. I know. I felt so bad. I called my dad the next day. I was like, hey, how was your new birthday? He's like, it was good. I just sat around and waited for someone to care. I was like, wow, you sound a little sensitive and caring about this. You actually sound like a Cancer. Let's go back to July 1st after all. I actually did a 23andMe recently. Well, my sister did. I'm just assuming we have the same dad. But I got some very interesting results. I found out that I am 49% Middle Eastern, 49% Arab, which like same shit, different toilet. But I was so excited to find out that I am 0.2% Japanese. Right? Right? It's It's my most peaceful 0.2% after 1941. But anyway, oh no, too soon. I was so excited, dude. In my bloodline, I am the last samurai. Like, this is exciting. Also, by the way, I've already been Asian. The Middle East is on the continent of Asia, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation or scholarship. So I was so excited to find out that I'm part Japanese, dude. I live in LA. The first thing I did was just go straight to Little Tokyo to be with my people. And it was great. I walked into a sushi restaurant, and you know when you walk into sushi spots and they like yell stuff at you in Japanese, you're kind of like, this time I made eye contact and said it back because I can. I was like, thank you. I don't want to be racist. And it was great. I had my sushi. And then I went to this cute little boutique, and I bought this sweater, and it had some Japanese writing on it. And I wore it recently, and my friend asked me what the sweater said. And I realized I made a huge mistake, because as a person who reads and writes another language, my favorite activity is to look out for people who have tattoos in Arabic that don't make any sense. Like my friend Christy once was like, I want to get a tattoo that says beautiful in Arabic. I didn't say she was smart. So she gets the word Jamila, and she approved the word with me. It was the right word. Beautiful Jamila. Got it. Now, unfortunately, the tattoo artist forgot the dots on the word, which changed the meaning completely. She wanted beautiful. She got pregnant. She got pregnant, tattooed on her ankle. She's had this tattoo for well over 9 months, and I haven't told her. It's hilarious. Arabs will come up to her like, wow, is it a boy or a girl? Beauty has no gender. But karma is real, guys. Karma is real, and I'll tell you why. So I had this sweater. I'm so proud of it. I'm wearing it all around town. And I finally decided to translate it. You know what it said on it? You know what it said, this sweater I was so proud of? Sears. You know, the bankrupt department store where pregnant women shop? Sears. And that's how you know karma is real. Yep. Do Mormons believe in karma? Oh, you do? That was like a low, gentle murmur. I feel like I'm leading a church right now. Like, what's up, guys? Do you guys sing in church? Lucky. There's a lot of silence for us. What's your favorite Mormon church song? Yeah. Is that what they're called? What are they called? Hymns? Who spelled that word? Hymn. Same person who named your guys' streets. So confusing. Are you Mormon? That's how I identify too. Who here is Mormon? Who here? Yeah. Okay. So, what's your favorite church hymn? Is it called church? Wait. Do you guys call it church or is it temple? Church. So many words. Okay. What is it? Okay. Jesus was mad that it took you 2 minutes to remember that. I gave you a little bit of time. Okay. What is it? Jesus what? Wants me for a sunbeam. Who here knows Jesus wants me for a sunbeam? Oh my God, you guys all looked like sunbeams together at the same time, and the light was glowing off your white skin. It was such a sunbeam moment. I loved it. What's your favorite lyric from Jesus? What is it? Jesus wants me as a sunbeam. What? That's the only lyric of the song? Y'all religion sounds easy. I'm ready to join. I decided to quit coffee anyways. I'm halfway there. Okay, cool. That's the only lyric? Just Jesus wants me as a son. How are you nodding? You said you weren't Mormon. She's like, for all intents and purposes, my advisor's in the back. Yes, I am. All right. What's your name? Sunbeam. Yeah, Jesus wants you to pay attention to Reem's show. What's your name? Jamie. And you're from Utah? Where are you from? You're from Missouri. Another weird word that they spelled bizarrely. Okay, and what year are you? You're a freshman. That's why you gave me the one-worded song. That's all you remember. You're out living your best party life. Are you guys a party campus? What happens here? What do you guys do on weekends? I'll let you guys discuss amongst yourselves. I love the debate that happened, like, should we say it? I don't know. They're going to tell on me tomorrow. It's funny. We don't party either. I hate that about my culture. Our culture is so similar. It's like everybody does it, but then we all don't talk about it. But then, like, you'll be at a wedding, and then suddenly all, like, the uncles will just, like, go to the parking lot at this dry wedding to check the tire pressure. We know you're drinking. What are you doing? So what do you do on weekends? She's looking around. She's like, should I admit? You stargaze? All right. Okay. Stargazing and hiking. Cool. That's a normal freshman activity. That's... I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I'm seeing the code words. Stargazing, LSD. I got it. Okay, cool. Is Lucy along with you on these hiking journeys? All right. Just kidding. Jokes are bad. Cool. What was I even talking about? What's your name? Carson? How do you guys know each other? Are you betrothed? He's like, next Tuesday. No? What? You are in Utah. Who here is married? Oh my God, you guys are so gentle raising your hands. Oh, that's wonderful. Make some noise if you're married. That's the noise of people who get to have fun at night. Yeah, all right. Got married at 17, never look back. All right. Oh, that's great. I love it. Can I or do I? Yes and yes. I'm telling you guys, I love talking to you because it's like, I feel at home here. I feel like we're the same people. Do you want me to talk to you? What's your name? She's like, actually, other people. Can you do it to them? Paige? Paige, that's a fun name. That's like my name. I'm a Reem of paper and you're Paige. It's all together, really. Unity, guys. Paige is a plant. I just needed a name joke. I was like, sit right there and tell me to tell jokes. And then I'll fulfill my contractual obligation. Paige, what year are you? You had freshman confidence asking that. Tell jokes, comedian. All right. That's some freshman lingo. Where are you from? Farmington. Where's Farmington? I don't know what south means here because you guys have like 6 souths on every street corner. It's like 300 south, 10 south. So which one's south to you? See? Yo, when you guys like show up here for freshman orientation, did they just hand you a compass and a Bible? Like what is? Just make sure you stay away from 200 South, not to be confused with 200 West, which is by West 200. It's so confusing. I knew, like, I had to go to the bathroom on the way here, and I was like too afraid to stop. I was like, I'm gonna like get to 7-Eleven, and it's gonna be like 7-1100. It's gonna be weird. What are you studying, Paige? Pre-health? What does that mean? Like you got to get healthy before you study about it, or? Got it. So not pre-med. That would make too much sense. Pre-health. So what do you learn about in pre-health? You're trying to. You're attempting. What do you do on weekends, Paige? Oh, there it is. I've been hand it to Paige, everybody. She admitted it out loud. Tell me about your parties here. Wow, this is a hell of a party you're telling me about. She's only in Utah. Okay, so last week I was partying on a dirt road. Yes. This does not sound like a party. This sounds like a camping trip. This sounds like a camping trip with a lot of extra espresso. Like, that's a Mormon party for me. Okay, keep going, yeah? There it is. And almost got what? By who? Who almost yelled at you? Oh, real campers. There was other people camping in the name of God. And you were out there to have a good time. Wait, what does almost got yelled at mean? So they didn't yell at you. So how did you assume they almost yelled at you? Because you would have yelled at you. She just had like 2 guys make eye contact with her, and she's like, they're gonna yell! They're gonna call the police! This a dry campus? What happens if you get caught wet? Like what? What happens then? Do you get kicked out of school? Expulsion? All right. Islam's not too far off. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. We're on the same page. Thanks, Paige. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you. What's your name? Eliza. Where are you from? Layton? Clayton. Glathan. Can you spell this? Layton. That's one of those weird words like Ashley, where it could have been Leighton or Lyt. Why do people spell names so weird these days? Okay, cool. What year are you? You're a sophomore. All right, we got some maturity up in here. Okay, what are you studying? Marketing. That's my people. Come on, give me a pound. Very cool. Maybe you'll also grow up to be a adult clown. Who knows? Maybe. My parents were like, one day she's going to go to Harvard. I was like, I'm going to tell jokes at Harvard. Does that count? All right, we'll get back to jokes before I get distracted. I also have ADHD. Can you tell? Anyway. Guys, we made it through COVID. We did it. We made it through the pandemic. Give it up for yourselves. Clap it up. Can we all agree that the pandemic would have lasted less if we just could figure out how to social distance, right? Right? But the problem is no one understands what 6 feet looks like because of all the 5'10" guys that lied. So, right? It's like stay 1 1/5 Trevor's away, please. Where did I go to school? I went to a private school. I went to the University of Denver. Private schools are stupid, man. They take themselves so seriously. They think they're so like smart and uppity. Like the University of Denver, their acronym was DU. I was like, that's literally ass backwards. Like, I lived with a guy in college. His name was Ash. My parents thought her name was Ashley. And it really used to like annoy my American friends, my white friends, that I would lie at my age to my parents. Like they would get so mad. They'd be like, Reem, no, like you need to tell them. Like, no, like you need to stand strong. You need to rub your crystals together and you need to tell them. I was like, what do we do? Have a gender reveal party? Like, just get a bunch of balloons and it's a boy. And then get sent back to Iraq? No, dude, I know how this game works. My roommate, he was from Iran, and I'm from Iraq, so whenever he'd piss me off, I'd just invade his side of the apartment. He's heard these jokes, it's fine. He was a good roommate, except for he would do this like really fun thing where he would just eat my food. And like, listen, we're all a little guilty of this, right? Like we all steal some food sometimes. But there's an art form to it. Like you take a bite where there was already a bite, or you eat the top layer, or you convince them that they ate it drunk. But you don't do what he would do, which was like eat my entire takeout and then throw away the box. And I was like super upset about it, and I was gonna say something. I'm a woman, so I'm passive aggressive. So what I did is instead I found out what he's allergic to, and would sprinkle it into, okay guys, it's a lot harder to find penicillin than you think it is. Please, give me some credit. It's funny, whenever my parents would come visit me in college, I'd have to like muzzleify my apartment real quick, like hide all the incriminating evidence, like alcohol and Christmas decorations. And one year, my dad found a picture of my ex-boyfriend, and he's like, who is this? I was like, oh, that's my English tutor. He's like, you already speak English? I was like, yeah, he did an amazing job. Like, I used to hide guys from my life so bad. It was crazy. Like, I would even go as far as to save guys' names in my phone as girls' names. Like one time, my friend Alex called. My dad's like, Alex, is that a boy or a girl? I was like, that's a construct. It got super weird, though, like when Pizza Hut would call me back. My parents started to catch on. My parents did not prepare me for a college experience in the United States. I thought Greek life was a cultural club. I thought rushing was what happened when you applied early admission. Do you guys have a Greek life here? You guys have sororities, fraternities? All right, there you are, yeah. I didn't know anything about Greek life. My freshman roommate had to explain it to me. She's like, okay, well, first off, what you need to know is I'm a legacy. I was like, don't you have to be dead for that? And then I rushed, which if you don't know what rushing is, it's like this process where like you go through and try to convince people to be your friends by like telling your life story over and over again. Like I told my life story so many times I forgot what the point of it was. I was like, I'm gamma gamma gag if we have to keep doing this. Also, don't you guys think it's weird that Americans don't usually know a second language, but we all have the Greek alphabet down? Like, especially because of COVID, right? Everyone's like, party at Delta Omicron tonight, masks optional. COVID sucked. Who had a good pandemic? Did anyone have a good pandemic? You guys raised your hands quietly because everyone else is going to get mad at you. Are you in the gray shirt? Why was your pandemic good? What did you do? Are you on your mission? Where'd you go? Not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more exotic than Colorado Springs. Like when I heard you guys went on missions like the Bahamas and stuff, I was like, where do I sign up? I feel I'm very social. I'd be an excellent Mormon. Colorado Springs. Did anyone go anywhere more exotic for their mission? Where'd you go? Brazil. Yeah, man, you messed up. You should have gone where he went. Do you get to choose where you go? Oh, it just gets assigned? What's it assigned by? Is it random? You guys have like Jesus points, and then they kind of tally them up. Like whoever... I think it died. Oh, like whoever remembers songs that have more than just one line, they get to go on trips. Where did you go on your mission? You haven't even gone yet. They're waiting till you learn more songs. That's great. All right. So you went on your mission. How was your mission? Were there a lot of Coloradoans that you met? What's the terminology? Like ready to be saved? What? Willing to be baptized, yes. Were there? Did you get any? How many did you convert? It's like Pokemon, you gotta catch them all. 8. That's great. Give it up for him. He's going to heaven. What's up? There it is. Who's converted or who's baptized more than 8? Make some noise. Who's baptized more than 15? Who's done more than 20? Oh. Are y'all just wooing for fun? Who's baptized more than 30? You did, Brazil? You did? Was it because there was a language barrier? They're like, just give me the snacks. I don't know what he's talking about. How many did you do? You're going to heaven. Take me with you. Where did I put in my application? 35. Wow. Do you have like a spiel? Like, do you have like a script that you are accustomed to, or is it kind of like a case by case basis? Okay, so if I give you 30 seconds to convert me, you want to do it? I don't know if that's sacrilege. I won't make you do it. Sell me this pen. No. That's cool. And did they speak English too, or did you have a translator? You learned Portuguese for this? Wow, you're going to like extra heaven, dude. You're going to like the super size me heaven. That's amazing. So now you speak Portuguese. Have you been back to Brazil since? You haven't? You're like 35. Why would I go back? Like, I have enough to share. Okay, so if you like baptize that many, can you like give out brownie points to your friends? Like, can you, like, you know what I mean? Where it's kind of like there's one really good person in the group, and then everyone else kind of like rides their coattails to heaven. Huh? I wish so too, because we about to be friends. That's amazing. So you had a good COVID. Anyone else have a good pandemic? Anyone else do anything fun over pandemic? You back there, what'd you do? Newly married, congrats! I love that. What's your name? Chicken? That's a holy name. That's cool. I eat chicken. I relate. Okay, cool. So you were newly married. Like, did you get married during the pandemic or right before it happened? Nice, yeah. And you guys are still together, I'm assuming? Or you wouldn't have yelled that out loud. That's amazing. That's great. And I heard a lot of people got sick of each other during the pandemic. Like, couples broke up because they're like, I can't see you every day of my life. But it seems like it worked out for you. Hold on, cowboy. Okay, so you gotta lead with that though. We were together, but like miles apart. That's how you stay together. Where was your mission? So where were you? Where was she? Oh, nice. And she just waited for you and you guys stayed together. Y'all Skyped and Zoomed and FaceTimed and house partied. Oh my God, remember all these apps? Remember when people would like video call you without warning? Like, let's FaceTime. I'm like, let me check my shower schedule. That's fun. And you guys are still together. How many years have you been together? 2 years? 3? Where is she tonight? He's like, how do you think we stay together? We're never together. Is that the secret to marriage, is never being in the same room for too long? Maybe. Yep. I had a decent pandemic. I don't know. I learned a lot about myself during the pandemic. I learned how financially illiterate I am. Up until recently, I thought a 401k was a freeway. And I should know better too, because I live with my older sister. She works in finance. We're best friends, not by choice. It's just like hard to make friends in LA. But it's cute. We have like a sibling rivalry going on. Like she's skinnier than me, but I'm skinnier financially. I didn't even realize like what the wage gap was between sisters until I was looking at her Instagram, and I realized we have completely different Instagram ads. Like we're in different Instagram ad brackets. Like her ads are for luxury condos, and mine are for free STD checks. And like meet Hispanic locals, which I have nothing against dating a guy named Jesus, you know? It's just a little weird because I'm Muslim. Like, we believe in Jesus, but not enough to bring him home to dad, you know? People assume I'm rich because I'm Arab. Yeah. But no, I'm rich because my ex-boyfriend was. My ex-boyfriend, he was Mexican, which is a whole other level, dude. They look like Arabs, but are a little bit more dangerous. Un poco más peligroso. It was intense. He wasn't dangerous. He worked in computers. He was a hacker, but he's nothing without Wi-Fi. I told him all the time. I was like, listen, like he tried to stick up for me at a bar fight once. I was like, babe, stop. You have soft skills. Sit down. Like, who are you gonna call for backup? Geek Squad? No. Gangsters crash parties. You crash hard drives. You're not the same. My ex-boyfriend, he dressed in such an interesting way. He had like a beard and would wear linen and like a pinky ring. Like his aesthetic was guy who sells drugs to the people who sell drugs. It was so intense. And I know for sure people were afraid of him because whenever we'd go to like nice restaurants, waiters would not look me in the eye. Like they would order through him. They've seen Narcos. They know what not to do. They'd be like, what would the lady like? I was like, the lady would like some eye contact. Hi, how are you? The lady's not hungry. She'll just have some of her boyfriend's fries. I was the first Arab that my ex ever dated. And I think he kind of just like Googled us to see what we're into. And the first thing that came up was designer clothing. So he just started like buying me a lot of designer purses and stuff. And I didn't stop him. I told him it was my love language. I was like, Gucci, Gucci, goo. Except for every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That's science. So he started buying me so much designer clothing that he started buying himself a lot of designer clothing. And by the end of it, he didn't even look Arab. He went straight to Armenian. It was intense, kind of hot. You could smell his away.